Good morning. Good morning. Oh, it's cold this morning. Welcome to High Vibes at 5:55. I am Michelle House from Rich Living, your host for a couple of minutes this morning while we just talk about stuff that's going to help your life be high and positive and happier and get you off to a good start for the day. Hey, Lisa, you're first in. It's the first time I've seen you first in. Nice to see you. Hey, Robin. Morning. Hey, Annika. Good morning. Awesome. Okay, so today I've got my FFS on. Does everybody know what FFS stands for? I've got that on this morning. I'm going to high vibe myself out of it right before your very eyes. And hopefully actually bring your attention to something that is incredibly important for yourselves in your own world, right? We're going to talk about being impeccable with your word. And I'm talking from the space of whatever comes out of your mouth, you must come from a place of integrity. Speak with integrity. If you have read the book, The 4 Agreements, I've actually got his card deck for the 5 agreements. So Don Miguel Ruiz, it's kind of got this kind of artwork on it. There's a book called The 4 Agreements. And the number 1 agreement is about being impeccable with your word. And it is broken down into 4 areas. And the first one, obviously, is speaking with integrity. Say only what you mean. If you don't mean it, don't say it. If you are in your mind going, no, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to buy that, I'm not going to see that, I'm not going to go to that picnic, say that. Say it. Say what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Come back to that one. And use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. So being impeccable with your word, you can go, I've just got a poster of that. It's called, you can Google The 4 Agreements, Miguel, Miguel, and you can get that out. It's actually something that we have posted up in our homeschool space so that, you know, as the kids are growing up, they're impeccable with their word. Reminds me to always be saying what I really mean. Now, I'm talking about speaking with integrity and being in integrity when it comes to your money. I have seen way too many businesses get stuck in a position where they have been compassionate with somebody, they've given somebody that extra little bit of time, and then that person may or may not have that person has broken that agreement. Here's the important thing. When you need to make a new agreement about money, this isn't just small business, by the way, this is any business. It's your credit card, it's your loans, it's your debt, it's any money that you owe to your mum or your best friend, whatever. When you can't make a payment, get into communication about that really quickly. It's not just about, oh, I don't want to get into trouble. That's not what it's about. It's about you stepping into a new way of being in your life, a new way of being a truthful, honest, loving person that is thinking about what they're saying and how that is going to affect that person. So let's bring it back to small business for a minute. Imagine you're an electrician and you've gone and fixed up this person's house, and the job was going to cost $200, and at the time they only had $100 on them, and said, I'll go down to the bank and I'll go get that $100 out and I'll give that back to you today. In that moment, while that customer is saying that to that electrician, if they're not coming from the position of integrity around that, their money story and money life is going to continue to go down that path. Nothing is going to change. They're going to always have that situation. But here's what happens to that electrician who has, in their space of love and generosity and kindness and compassion, given you an opportunity to go and get that extra money, and then you don't do it. Well, you're being a bit of a prick about it. That's not a very nice thing to do to someone else. It's really out of integrity. And this bullshit has to stop, because what it does, like, it's so outraged about it, is it actually, you can see small businesses fail. And it's not because they fail because they're not good at marketing. They don't fail because they're not putting enough investment into their business. They fail because people out there have shit money stories and aren't being in integrity about it, and they're not honoring their word, and they're sending people broke. Just stop it. It's so unfair. It's so unfair. Don't do that. If you've got money shit, sort it out and stop projecting it onto everybody else. Those businesses have families. They've got mortgages to pay. Stop doing it. It's really unfair. I need to go and write a fuck you letter today. I really do. I'm so outraged. Anyway, so there you go. There's the process is when you're angry about something, speak it out. Get it out of your system so you can change your state and get back to high vibes, right? Everyone who's just joining, I didn't wake up in a very high vibe mood this morning, but I'm getting through it. So you may want to go back and watch these last couple of minutes. I know, and it's not for me personally, it's for people that I work with. Okay, anyway. So, back onto it. Here's the thing. The card that I picked was bloody prosperity. I thank you. I can see, hey, thanks, Emma. I can see you sending hugs and loves to you. To me, not just to me, but to the people who actually are so stuck in their money story that they can't see that affects other people in their world. That's the people that need our love. They're the people that need, I want to keep giving them compassion, but at some point you really have to step the fuck up and do what you said you were going to do. It's just not a fair way of trading anything, any kind of energy in our life. It's not... Yeah, anyway, I've said enough about it. I've said enough about it. So the card I picked today, everybody, was I don't even know how you say it. Abundantia, I don't know, but it's the Greek word for prosperity.
Oh, coffee.
Oh, thank you, honey. Hey, Jono, the universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. So all of you that are having a shit money story, all of you that are just so caught up in not being in integrity about your money, get yourself to a space of faith and trust. And if you can't do that on your own, come and join us in the Rich Living Academy, because that's what we do in there. Get yourself into a space of trust and faith that the universe is looking after you and that everything will turn out okay. But you can't keep telling that same old freaking story. You have to step out of that zone. Got it? Then there was expect a miracle. Oh, he's wee boy. Oh, he's so fluffy. Come here. Just a minute. You're such a cat face. All right, now back to these cards about the agreement. This is what's really important. They were just a little bit of a distraction for me for a second, but here's what's really important. What message am I delivering to myself? So every time you speak out of integrity around money to someone else, in the example of the electrician, and you're saying, yeah, I'll go pay that bill, and then you don't go pay that bill. So every time you are delivering that message out, what are you delivering into yourself? Yeah? When I deliver truth and love to myself, so when you tell the truth to yourself about money, well, actually, Mr. Electrician, I don't have an extra $50, so I won't be going to the bank. That's a little bit of a lie. Be saying that in your own mind. You don't have to say that out loud. But if you're in integrity in that moment and you say, I'm so sorry, I thought this was only going to be $150. I don't have the extra $50. What agreement can we come to about that? Truth. That didn't hurt. Didn't hurt them and it didn't hurt you. Just say the freaking truth. When I deliver truth and love to myself, I am happier. And just by being happier, the people around me benefit. My effort is really for everyone because my joy, my happiness, my heaven are contagious. So what message are you delivering to yourself? All right, think about that. And here was the other one. I change the world by changing myself. If your world is shit about money, If your world is, oh my God, I've just got another electricity bill and I'm dying of shock. Oh my God, I can't talk to my husband about money. Oh my God, the electrician's arrived and I'm going to owe him money and I lied to him because I couldn't pay. If you're running that story every day, you're not living a joyful, happy life. Fuck. Change the world by changing yourself. Change yourself. Reading the books isn't going to do it. Getting into the zone and changing yourself and taking action is what's going to change your world. You do have to step out of your scared space, take a big, big medicine dose of courage, and move through the fear that's holding you back. I change the world by changing myself. I'm changing the world by loving myself, by enjoying life, by making my personal world a dream of heaven. I change myself, and just like freaking magic, doesn't say frickin', other people start to change. So when you start to change and deliver and operate your world from a place of impeccability, so impeccable with your word, everything around you will start to change. I think my rant may be over. So I think this is a pretty shareable one this morning. All of them are always shareable. But if you've got anyone in your life, or if you are the person that I'm talking to this morning, right? If you have anyone in your life that does this, that says, I'm going to do that, and then they don't do it, but it's a continual pattern, right? Sometimes things happen, they say, you go, I'll meet you for drinks, and then you don't meet for drinks. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the continual pattern. And you know the continual pattern that you're saying to yourself as well. You know that you're telling yourself that little lie about, I'm going to pay, but I'm not going to pay. You know you are. Stop doing it. You are ruining other people. Stop being so selfish. If you can't pay for it, say, I can't pay for it, then and there, in that moment, and sort out another agreement. It's okay to sort out another agreement. What pisses people off is that you made an agreement and then you didn't keep it. But if you make an agreement and change it, people love that. I remember having to ring the bank, and my agreement was to pay, I don't know, whatever it was on the credit card, $150 a month. That was the agreement. I agreed. I took out the card. I went, if I want to spend this much money, I'm going to have to pay $150 back a month. Probably wasn't a credit card, more like a personal loan, right? So I ring up the bank and I go, I need to change the agreement. Tell me what I have to do. I cannot keep my word on this. I know I said I was going to pay $150, but I actually can't do it. Please help me. How can we come to a new agreement? And then you come to a new agreement. Okay, but don't let it drag on. Get this shit sorted so you can get on and live your life, and that person can get on and live their life. And the bill that they've got to pay to the next person, they can get on and live their life. Bigger picture, people. Love you. I really do. I do. High vibes. I need to go dance now. Bye.